What's just happening on show?
Happy New Year! We're bringing you into this new year with our co-student body president, Cassandra Hsiao. And not only is she our co-student body president and the woman of many trades, she is also my mentor, my idol, my everything, my inspiration. I kind of became acquainted with Cassandra. I was applying for a camp on the East Coast called J Camp, and she had recently gone, so I was asking her for a bit of application advice, and she has been nothing less than wonderful ever since I first DM'd her on Instagram. So let's get to know you. How long have you known that you liked interviewing people?
I never planned on this. I sort of fell into it. When I was 11, I applied to join the Scholastic Kids Press Corps, and it's basically Scholastic, the book company. They take about 50 kid reporters from across the United States. Anyone can apply between the ages of 11 and 14. So I was, one of the youngest reporters out there. I had no journalism experience whatsoever. My mom was the one who sort of saw this opportunity and pushed me to join. And I know moms are the best, let's be honest.
Of always.
And so they accepted me, which is amazing, and that was sort of the beginning of my journalism career. Through that time, I had made a lot of connections and networking, and I came to know an editor of this website called Kids Pick Flicks, where kids are the movie critics. And I started writing movie reviews for them, and then the editor, who's been a mentor to me, Tara McNamara, she took me under her wing, and she sent me to all these screenings and started going to junkets and press conferences. And after that, I worked with multiple companies, like multiple online outlets, and for High School Insider specifically, it's a branch off of the Los Angeles Times.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
name.
crazy,
That's
right?
a big name.
No, it's like a tiny outlet.
It's really indie. No one really.
It's indie.
Yeah.
It's you'll hear of it soon. But yeah, I started working with them, and now I have my own platform and sort of my own voice on that website.
That's incredible. That's a great way to start off into this industry for sure. Who was your first interview?
My very first interview was it was part of the application for Scholastic Kids Press Corps, and you were supposed to find, someone in your hometown, perhaps a hometown hero. So I decided, at the age of 11, that I could interview the mayor of my city.
Yeah.
So the mayor at that time was Mayor Mary Sue. So
Mayor
Mary Sue,
That's
a mouthful.
Yeah.
And I remember reaching out to her or her office, and I think one of her her interns answered, and they were able to book me a good 20 minutes in the conference room, the city hall with the mayor, and that was my very, very first interview.
Aside from Mayor Mary, she has interviewed Justin Bieber, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Matthew Morrison. Wow, there's honestly so many more names, but those are just three of the coolest names, I think. Who was the most intimidating person to interview?
Out of those three, or in general?
In general.
In general, I've got to say it was probably Morgan Freeman.
Oh!
Yeah, I know.
He plays God in every movie.
Yes, and so I had the chance to interview him on a red carpet for a documentary that he was doing. He voiced over, and I realized he does a lot of this. He uses his platform, his fame, to sort of shed light on issues that need to be, in mainstream media. And so this particular film was about lemurs and, saving the environment. And so when he came along, I was, inside I was quaking, but, I pulled through, asked the questions that needed to be asked, and ultimately I think I helped promote the cause that he wanted to promote, which is saving the environment.
And that's honestly just the coolest thing is when you have a mutual help kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the hope. I mean, that is the role that journalists should play, in help getting the word out about something, whether it's a cause close to a person's heart or a piece of art that they're trying to promote. I think that's the job of a journalist.
I remember one time we were one of our advice sessions that I've always brought up to her. she interviewed Justin Bieber and everything went wrong, and it's just such an inspiring story. So could you just tell that to all the little journalists out there who need inspiration?
Yeah, so one of my first biggest jobs for Scholastic Kids Press Corps was the Justin Bieber Never Say Never premiere in LA, and it was a giant red, purple carpet, because purple is his favorite color. There were adult journalists next to me. There was barely any space to breathe. And here I was, an 11-year-old kid on the carpet, and he came by, and I had the chance to ask him, 2 questions. And we realized that the mic, either someone was stepping on the cord or something had gone wrong, but the audio went out for like a couple interviews before his. And finally, when we got to his, he came by. You can't hear anything until all of a sudden, like when I asked him the question, the mic turned on, or the audio started working. And I think this is, for me, this is like God is watching over me, because before every interview I like to pray, God, like, let there be no technical difficulties, and let my words, sort of get to this person, and I can get a good interview out of it. So I think that specific example, among so many others in my career, have shown that, for me, like, I would not be able to do what I'm doing without God opening all these doors.
Of course.
Yeah.
I completely agree. He definitely does have an incredible plan for that. And that's just amazing. Like, we had technical difficulties with our Matthew Morris interview, but we got through it, and that story just did it for me. And this is kind of a last big question for you. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, there are multiple paths I could go down at this point. I'm a senior. I'm in the process of applying to college. I'm not sure what I want to major in yet, but ultimately the dream is I think I would like to tell stories, no matter what form they are in, because journalism is also a form of telling stories. You're just telling other people's stories, as well as, directing, writing for the stage, writing for page, writing for, film. Yeah, so all types of storytelling.
And
that's what I want to do.
She's currently in the process of creating Creative Writings magazine, is it?
Yes.
Can you tell us quickly about what Inkpot is and how students can get involved in it?
Yes, so I am editor-in-chief of Inkpot, and so what Inkpot is OCSA's literary magazine. We have all sorts of art, all sorts of writing, every single genre you could possibly imagine. We also even have music, lyrics, as well as sheet music, and anyone can submit to Inkpot, and then your submissions are read blind, and at the end of the year you get published into this beautiful, gorgeous magazine that represents all of OCSA's talents, and it's just really bizarre. You open it and you're like, whoa, and you are blown away by the talent of your fellow OCSA students. So if you are an artist or a writer, or you write music, or you have anything that you think would be suitable for Inkpot, I would encourage you to submit to the link in the description
box.
Yep.
Yeet. And before we send you off today, Cassandra, we like to have a little gift for all of our guests. So we heard from a parent that you love Marvel, and you also love hair accessories. So today we made for you some Captain America bows.
Oh my God. This is so beautiful.
Oh,
my God.
I didn't know.
Oh my God. That is so sweet. Thank you.
Of course. Honestly, I've seen you wear them around school. They're a big staple piece for her.
They are.
So all of her information, social media, will be linked down below, along with the Inkpot information. And Cassandra, one last question for you.
Yeah.
Favorite Snapchat filter?
My Snapchat filter. It's kind of basic, but I gotta go with the dogs.
Aww, the dogs. So,
Yep.
Thank you guys for watching January's episode. I hope you all had an amazing New Year's Eve, and I hope that you guys spend it with your families or your idol. Thanks for watching. See you next month. Bye.
All right, we'll take you right over here with the floral crown.
Hi, I'm Cassandra from LA Times High School Insider. Mr. Lin, I'm curious, bear with me. Are you aware that you're making history? From Hamilton to Moana to Mary Poppins returning, you're burning history up, you're creating nonstop. I'm a young artist that likes to write, so what is your advice to write day and night and every second you're alive like you needed to survive?
I think you just answered your own question. I'm very proud of you for doing so. That was awesome. Thank you.
There we go.
Answer it.
Work out the The answer is keep doing exactly what you just did. Keep writing, don't stop writing. I think of writing as, you've got to, when you start writing, you're turning on a faucet. And when you turn on a faucet, the water's brown and it's full of whatever's just been in there and clogged up and waiting to come out. And then you just keep writing and writing until the water is clear, and that's when you find your own voice. So right now, you're doing lots of awesome Lin-Manuel Miranda quotes in your writing. The next time you ask me a question, it's going to sound exactly like you, so keep writing.